Gurureva gati gurumeva bhaje Gurunaiva sahasmi namo gurave Na guruh paramam shishurasmi guruhu Matirasti guru mama pahi guru Satchidanandarupaya Vishwotpatyadi hetave Tabatraya vinashaya Sri Krishnaya vayam namaha Krishnaya Vasudevaya Haraye Paramatmane Pranadah Kleshanashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Yam Pravrajjantamanubedamapeda Krityam Dvaipayano Viraha Kadara Juhava Putredi Tanmayadaya Taraho Bhinedustam Sarvabhuda Hridayam Munimanadosmi Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Naruttamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamudirayetāh Sarvebhyaha Namaskaraha. We are saying Srimad Bhagavada Purana and we are seeing Canto 6 in it. And in my last video, we saw how Raja Chitraketu, by the curse of Devi Parvati, he became an Ashura, Prithasura. Raja Chitraketu was advised by sage Narada to worship Bhagavan Adisesha. He worshipped Bhagavan Adisesha and he got the vision of Bhagavan Adisesha also. And once he went into Kailasa, at that time he saw Bhagavan Shiva embracing Devi Parvati and she was sitting on his lap and he ridiculed it, and by that Devi Parvati got angry and she cursed Raja Chitraketu, and because of that he became the Ashura Vritra, and Indra Deva, by using his weapon Vajrayudha, he killed Vritra. We saw all that, and in these last two chapters of Canto 6 we will see the birth of the Maruts and how the Maruts became the Devas. Kashyapa Prajapati, he had two wives. One is Aditi and the other is Diti. Kashyapa Prajapati and his wife Aditi, all their children were the Devas. For the Kashyapa Prajapati and Diti, all the children were Asuras. Kashyapa Prajapati and Aditi, their son and grandchildren were, some of their famous grandchildren were Gayatri, Agnihotri, Somadeva, Brigurishi, very famous, Valmiki, he came in that line only, and Agastya Rishi and Vasishta, they were both brothers. And in the line of Kashyapa Prajapati and Diti, they came, their own sons were Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. And Hiranyakashipu and his wife Kyadu, they had 4 sons. And their 4 sons are the Samklada, Anuhlada, Hlada and Prahlada. And Samklada's and Krita, his wife, his son was Panchajanya. And Hlada's children were Vatapi and Ilvaya. And Prahlada's son was Virochana. And Virochana's son was Bali, and Bali's son was Banasura. So that line of Diti and Kashyapa Prajapati, they were all very Ashuras, and that line continued like this. And Kashyapa Prajapati and Diti's son were Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. They both were killed by Bhagavan Vishnu in order to help Indradeva and other devas. And Indradeva was the son of Kashyapa Prajapati and Aditi. So Diti, she had some revenge and she wanted to take revenge on Indra for killing her children. And with that intention in mind, she approached Kashyapa Prajapati and requested him to have another one child because she was childless now. And on that intention in mind, she served Kashyapa Prajapati. With one pointed devotion, she served him and she helped Kashyapa Prajapati in all ways to do yajna, to do tabas and all that. She helped him in all ways and she served him in many ways. And Kashyapa Prajapati was so much pleased by her service. And at one time, she said that I'm so happy with your service. So what do you want from me? And he asked, Varam Varayava Moru Pridaste Hama Nindide Striya Bhartari Suprite Kahakama Iha Jagamaha. I am so pleased by your service, lady. So, what do you want? What desire do you want to be satisfied? Or what boon do you want from me? And Didi was so happy because that was her intention itself, isn't it? And she here said that Kashyapa Prajapati said, पतिरेव हि नारीणां दैवतं परमं स्मृतं मानस सर्वभूतानां वासुदेव श्रियः पतिः. For any nari, for any woman, her husband is to be worshipped and he is the God for that woman. It is because Bhagavan Srimad Narayana, he resides in all beings and he resides in her husband also. So she should worship her husband with the intention and with the view that she is worshipping Bhagavan Sriman Narayana, Bhagavan Vasudeva. She is worshipping Bhagavan Vasudeva in the form of her husband. Actually, when a woman worships her husband or when she does service to her husband, she is doing service to Bhagavan Vasudeva itself. She is not satisfying or pleasing his individual ego. She should not do that, and it is not the rule of the scriptures to satisfy the ego of her husband. A woman is worshipping her husband because she is worshipping Bhagavan Vasudeva in the form of her husband. The same is with the husband also. She should respect the wife and treat the wife with dignity because Lakshmi, Sri Lakshmi is with her, is with him. So with that intention only, a husband also should treat his wife. And Kashyapa Prajapati said, oh lady, you are worshipping me and doing service to me because you're doing service to Bhagavan Vasudeva and not to me. And Bhagavan Vasudeva himself is pleased by your service, and that is why the thought of giving boon came to me. So what boon do you want? And taking this as a very good opportunity, Didi asked Kashyapa Prajapati that I want a son. Because I am without a children now, both of my sons were killed by Bhagavan Vishnu. So I want a son. And that son should be powerful enough and good enough and must have the strength to kill Indra. And when Kashyapa Prajapati heard it, he was a little bit confused and he thought that, did I become the victim of my senses? What is she asking? She is asking a son to kill the king of the Devas, Indra Deva. And Kashyapa Prajapati, he thought that my words also should not be wasted. At the same time, my son also should not kill Indra. So what is the way out of it? He thought like this and he said, okay, you will get a son. And he said, Putraste bhavida bhadre Indraha deva bandavaha samvatsaram vratamadam yadyajnodharayishyasi. Definitely you will get a son, lady, but you have to observe a vrata, there is a vow, and you have to fast for this vrata. If you take this vrata without any break for 1 year, then you will get a son powerful enough to kill Indra. If you do not take this vow properly, or if you break this vow at any time, then you will get a son. Anyway, you will get a son, but he will not kill Indra. Instead, he will be the friend of Indra. So you have to follow this vrata, and that vrata is the Pumsavana vrata. The brother is, of course, worshipping Bhagavan Vishnu only. But the rules and regulations of this brother is so stringent that it is very difficult to follow for an ordinary person. Some of the famous rules of this brother is no injury should be done to any creature during the period of this brother. One should not consume any non-vegetarian food. One should not curse anyone during the period of this vrata, and one should not cut their nails or hair during this period of vrata. One should not drink water with their palms, because in those times they go to the river and they drink water with their palms only. There were no cup or anything like that, so they use, it's the common practice then. And Kashyapa Prajapati said that you should not drink water like this, and you should not sleep during the evening twilight period, evening sandhya, or the morning dawn period, the morning sandhya period. She should not sleep, and she should not leave her hair loose during the morning sandhya period and the evening sandhya period. She should not sleep during the evening sandhya period or as well as the morning sandhya period. So all these are very stringent rules to be followed for this Vaishya. Apart from this, one should worship Bhagavan Vishnu by uttering the mantras, related mantras. One should do the sacrifice also. So all these have to be continued for 1 year without any break. If she succeeds in that, then she will get a son powerful enough to kill Indra. Or otherwise, also she will get a son, but he will be the friend of Indra. When Didi heard all this, she was satisfied because she thought she can observe it, because she is such a woman, strong-minded woman, and she thought that okay, I can have follow this vrata, but anyway, I want a son powerful enough to kill Indra. And she started observing that vrata. At that time, she was pregnant also. And the life went on like this. She followed all the rules apart from worshipping Bhagavan Vishnu on the uh, three Sandhya period. She had her bath, purifying herself. She has to be very clean. And one of the rules was she must wash her mouth, hand, and legs after taking lunch or dinner or breakfast, anything. Whenever she takes food, she has to wash her mouth, wash her hands, wash her legs. She should be very clean, taking bath in the three Sandhya period. Only then she can worship Bhagavan. So she followed all these rules and worshipped Bhagavan. And at one time, Indradeva, he came to the house of Didi and said that you are very weak now, so I will help you to do all the household works. And he stayed with her with the intention to destroy the fetus. But she did not understand it, and she thought that it will be very helpful for her because she has to do all the household works alone. He will help her to do that. And he stayed with Didi. And life went on like this. At one time, one day, Didi, after taking her lunch, she was very tired. After completing all her household work, she was very tired. And after taking the food, she just lied down like that without washing her hands or mouth or legs. She just slept off like that. And she slept off even during the Sandhya period also. She did not get up because she was very tired and her hair was let loose. So this is an opportunity for Indra to destroy the fetus. So what Indradeva did was, he just by his yogic power, he cut the fetus into 7 parts, and it became 7 children, 7 fetus it became. He wanted to cut it, he cut it with the intention to destroy the fetus, but the power of her vow and worshipping Bhagavan did not allow Indra to destroy the fetus, but he divided it. And the fetus, it experienced great pain. And what next Indra did was, he cut each piece into 7. So he divided that 7 pieces into 49 pieces. And they are the Maruts. And that 49 pieces, they cried and said that, Indra, na jihamsasi kim tava bhrataro marudaha idite uchuku. They said, Indra, we are your brothers and we are Marutas. So why are you destroying us? Why are you giving us pain? And in the Indra could not destroy all the fetus completely because they were protected by the powerful mantra and the vrata observed by Diti. So he could not destroy it, but he divided it into 49 pieces. And at the time of birth, the 49 children were born. And Didi was so surprised. How did it happen? I worshipped to Bhagavan to have one son, but now 49 were born. So what is it? How did it happen? And Indra Deva said that I did this, Didi, because I do not want anyone to overpower me. So with that intention, I divided the fetus into 7 and again into 49 pieces. And they were the Maruts. Maruts means they were the guardians of this with different directions, and they protect this nature. They have that power. And that's how they were all the 49 Maruts. And they were my friends, and now they are going to come with me. So Diti observed this brother, but she broke it on that one day alone. And because of that, the 49 Maruts were born. And after, when Indradeva, he went to heaven, he took with him all these 49 Maruts. And that's that's the birth of the 49 Maruts. And Didi also was not that much aggressive because anyway, Indra told the truth. And that's how it happened. And moreover, because of the power of the vrata and the mantra she had heard, by that power, the asuric nature in the children were completely removed. And that's why they become the devas. And Didi was also not very aggressive with Indra, and she and Kashyapa Prajapati led their life happily after this. So that is the story of the Maruts, the birth of the Maruts. With this ends Canto 6 in Srimad Bhagavada Purana. And the main concepts in this, that is the main incidents in this canto is, first is the episode of Achamila, how the Bhagavat Nama protected him from going to the purgatories, and he went with the Vishnu Dutas. That was a very main incident. The power of the Bhagavat Nama is explained through the story of Ajamila. And next is Vishwarupa. He instructed to Indradeva the powerful Narayana Kavacha. And Indradeva, he killed his guru Vishwarupa. And to revenge for that, the father of Vishwarupa, he brought Vrata, who was Raja Chitraketu. He was cursed by Devi Parvati. And Vritasura came and he was killed by Indradeva by using his powerful weapon, Vajrayudha. So these were all the main incidents in this canto. I will continue with the next canto in Srimad Bhagavada Purana in my next upload. Om Namo Narayana Kila Guru Bhagavan Namaste. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.